Was a call at 3 a.m. at JFK.
Hi, everybody. Lee Honish. Welcome to another Facebook for Realtors. Today, we're going to talk about evergreen content and how to apply that to your Facebook page, how that's beneficial to your page, and how that will generate more business for you in the long run, right? So let's talk about this in a step-by-step process. First and foremost, let me say, go to my website, www.honish.io, or visit me on Facebook at Lee Honish Marketing, all one word, Lee Honish Marketing. While my offer to do marketing is over for a week, I will talk to you on select basis about doing your marketing for a week for free. I understand COVID's still happening and a lot of people are behind in the game. You're still trying to get online. You want to get geared up before the summer months start to happen and real estate transactions start to pick up. So the disclaimer at the very top, I know this is happening right now. There are big name coaches out there and big name lead sources out there that are claiming that they have an antidote or a cure to getting you listings or even qualified leads. And what's a qualified lead? Probably somebody who's warm or expressed interest in actually selling their property. While this source may exist, and I have really done my homework and tried to investigate this and try to find it as much as I can, I want to make it abundantly clear. I have looked high and I have looked low, and this just simply doesn't seem to exist. The reason they do it is because they can generate enough traffic at you that based on a percentage, maybe there will be a source that is viable that might produce one warm lead. That's my feeling. I would like somebody to prove me wrong, but as it stands right now, when it comes to marketing in the COVID era, and that's what I'd call it, COVID era marketing, nobody has shown me a method more efficient than one, capturing information, two, building trust, credibility, and like, right? And then ultimately following up with clients who have expressed interest in possibly wanting to sell their house. And the way of doing this that I've found that is the best method, I do this for my clients, I've done this with success for my clients, is by creating content. Content is a nasty word that scares the crap out of people, and I completely get that. I have shifted my entire personal business model into doing marketing on content for people, for my own personal business, for small businesses, and for all of you in the real estate industry. In fact, the only reason that this podcast, Facebook for Realtors, exists, or these videos, Facebook for Realtors, exist, it is a marketing platform for my services. I don't try to hide that. What I want to do is show you how to do it. If you don't feel like doing it, then you should contact me. What I think is most important is capturing email addresses and phone numbers. That's it. In this day and age, you already know where they live. You can find out where they live. The truth is you're not going to their house because nobody's having you to their house. I mean, it's just that simple. So that means I need names, phone numbers, and email addresses. And I need that in the most efficient manner possible. If you don't have a list of your own, or you're not following up on a list of your own, you're hurting your business, right? So the first thing you should do is honestly go back and plumb out all your emails and your phone numbers and reestablish those relationships, period. What you want to do is send them content to build trust, like, and credibility. And that ultimately will produce listings down the road. Now, if you're starting from scratch, or you've lived vicariously off of referrals or the kindness of strangers to produce, right? I hear this one all the time. I used to go to network marketing events and get listings all the time. That's amazing to me for as long as I've been in the business, because truth be told, I haven't met too many real estate agents in Southern California that have referred deals to me historically when I carried my real estate license. And now there are big name coaches going into EXP and into those formats, and they're going to promise to coach people and help them get listings if they sign up underneath them. This is something I've investigated for myself, to be perfectly honest. And my reluctance is this. If I promise someone to get listings or buyers or sellers, then I need to produce those things. I have never made those promises. What I've promised to produce is exactly what I say I produce. Again, I have searched high and low for genuine buyers and genuine sellers. I have looked at all the sources. They are all lies, and I would like someone to dispute it. But up till now, they've all been lies. The coaching techniques that will be out there are not market correct to what's going on right now. We are in COVID. This is not going to end. You're looking at another 6 months, plus or minus, depending on the state, of working remotely. So if you don't have online and you're not building online, and let's just take a what if. What if this not extends? I'm sure that we'll get past this. What I think is more important is we're going to live in a remote world. You're not going back to the office. A lot of people are not going back to the office. Why have you waited so long to do something as simple as a website and a business page? I'm not even talking about Instagram. I will never talk about LinkedIn, which ridiculously, unless somebody can prove me differently, I can't see a point for LinkedIn to generate listings. And if you have, good for you. I'm sure there's somebody shaking their head going, I've gotten listings. Then you should continue to do it. It is my personal experience. General homeowners exist on one platform that are age appropriate for somebody who's willing to talk remotely and meet all the criteria for me never to leave my desk, right? This is about working smart and living my best life. Over the last couple of weeks, I was able to travel because I work from my desk right here in front of you. I'm back now in San Diego, back in my studio. But for the last 3 weeks, I was remote. I went to Kona. I went to Vegas for the week to watch the Super Bowl. I'm able to take my whole setup and I'm able to move myself. I met with people who do real estate that were also traveling, and they were also able to keep up on their leads because they have an online presence. They have those situations in place. I picked up a client last week by the name of Catherine, who is just now starting to put herself online. She's hired me to do it, but the fact that she's moving forward, that she wants a website, that she also wants a business page, that will get her on Instagram and will get her on all the different platforms. But the reality is really this. My job is to capture people interested in selling their house. I've produced buyer leads. Nobody really wants to work with buyers, and there's lots of buyers in the current market. So the reality is I need to focus on people that want to sell. And there are very few messages on people who want to sell. They're either people looking for the value of their home, they're looking to relocate, what we call a trigger, right? They're downsizing, they're going through a divorce, they're behind on payments. So when I create content for a client, I'm creating evergreen content. I explain all of that to say I'm just looking to put bodies onto the video. I'm only looking for people to take action, right? Who are interested in taking action. This is called permission-based marketing. A man I'd like to call a mentor and friend, Seth Godin, wrote a very amazing book a long, long time ago on the concept of permission-based marketing, which is letting the homeowner feel that they've made the decision. And once you create that relationship with the homeowner, you want them to feel like they're in control of the situation. My own personal marketing system, Monster Marketing, is designed on letting the homeowner feel like they're in complete control. And right now, because of COVID, I've decided that there are going to be a lot of people foreclosed upon. So I'm currently working on redeveloping the platform so that the first meeting can happen on a Zoom meeting. People will be able to put out the marketing directly without having to send mailers, cold calling, or even door knocking. You'll just simply place a marketing piece out by the mailbox for the homeowner, let them discover it, let that generate a phone call. The scripting that's in place will generate a Zoom meeting. That's for real. Okay, I'm not making promises of people who want to sell or people who want to buy. I am talking about people that are in a position to do those things. When you talk online marketing, what you're after is, and even with monster marketing, name, phone number, email, and what their intent is. Everybody gets caught up. Are they selling now or are they selling later? Who cares? You're a homeowner and you're showing interest, right? So I want to create evergreen content. I want to brand my name and my service. Today we're going to be using Laura Bass and her business page. I'm going to use the same content for all of my clients today because the content itself is evergreen. I can then just relabel it for my individual clients, then upload it to their platforms, then ultimately tag it back onto their websites. So I will say this once again, go to Lee Honish Marketing on Facebook or go to honish.io. Hopefully I will have done all my updates today on my website and you'll be able to find the video in either one of those locations so you can watch what I'm working on. So let's take this from the very top. Okay, this is for all of you who want to do it. If you don't want to do it, I'll say it again. Just give me a call and let me talk to you and certainly help you find a direction to go. If it fits with my schedule and it's not too much, I'll see what I can do about helping you for one free week. Send me a text, 858-663-2537. All right, enough of that. Let's get going. Let's talk about how to do this. We're going to start off on my finding evergreen content. People ask me about this all the time. How do you find so much content? Well, I don't mind producing videos just like this. This video, I can rip the audio off of it and turn it into a podcast, which some of you are listening on. It's also a video that exists out in space as well. Both of these are very good. Okay. Those are both very, very simple concepts. But when it comes to clients that hire me to put content up for them month after month, right? And I'm not doing a podcast for them, which I do with some clients, right? Where the client is the star and I am simply just the voice directing them into questions. I like podcasts with video. I like everyone doing a show like living in San Diego, living in Oceanside, living in Arizona, which is what I'm doing for a client right now. And the question I would ask is, people want these viral big hits? My answer to that would be, I would want 20 to 100 people downloading, listening, or watching me on a daily basis because those are my tribe. Those are my people, and I am building credibility with those people. So if you're doing one of those pieces, right, living in San Diego, or living whatever city, right? Living in Florida or living in Hollywood, Florida, or living in Miami. You can generalize it and give it a very specific location. Then I can look up groups and share that information, right? Why is that? I'm telling you that I have pulled off people who are looking to lease and relocate out of these groups, but you got to create credibility and you got to create content so that they contact you. Okay. Generally, I like evergreen content for my clients for two reasons, and I'll be perfectly honest. I work about an hour a day for my clients. It might not sound like a lot, but it's true. I put about an hour in for each of my clients, plus or minus. I'm either driving traffic constantly at their website or I'm constantly branding for their website or their business page. My goal is to constantly put numbers, right? No different than sending out mailers or cold calling for my client. I'm branding, right? Constantly getting the name out there. Because truth be told about someone who wants to sell, you don't know when or if they're going or when they're going to market. You can do direct marketing like monster marketing. It is the only thing that I think is technically COVID safe. And we will have that on the market hopefully at the end of the week, and I'll shoot you videos for it. But I'm going to run it a little bit differently this time, specifically for the COVID pandemic era, because it's probably only got about 6 to 9 months of shelf life. And certainly with the number of people that are on the verge of eviction, I think it'll be extremely helpful. Now, getting back to evergreen content. So I have to be aware of what's going on in the market. I want content I can put up that's generally 30 days old. So I will look at a wide range of information. I want to use a news source. I don't care if it's Fox or CNN. The reason I tell you that, I'm not here to get into a pissing match about my political alignment. I don't have one when it comes to helping homeowners. They want to sell their house. So whatever I can put up that will trigger them into wanting to contact me or my clients is exactly the goal I should be after, right? And I need to build trust, credibility, and like. That's it, right? So I will use basically any one of those sources. The first place I start is YouTube. Today I'm looking for relocation out of big cities. Many of you should, or maybe you don't know this. Many people are relocating out of big cities and they are moving to smaller metros. They're selling their houses, or they're behind in payments, or they want to cash out the money that they have because they no longer have jobs because of COVID. But relocation is a big deal right now, especially out of the big cities. This is not just me. This is mainstream media, both Fox and CNN, depending on your political alignment and what you want to believe. Again, that's not the debate. Both sides are having discussions about people moving out of big cities and overpaying on rent, or overpaying on, mortgages or prices that are out of control. Why? There's a lack of availability, which is driving the prices up. There isn't going to be a sudden momentous burst of properties coming onto the market. Okay, that's just simply not going to happen. So let's talk about how to use the knowledge of relocation being a part of the, I guess for a better sake of saying it, vernacular of a homeowner. Where are they getting the information? From newspapers, television, radio. People talk about this. This is a thing. Prices are too high. Got to move out of the big cities. So the first thing I want to do is find a video that will build that credibility. The one that I chose to use is this one from the Today Show. Whether or not you like the Today Show does not matter. It is a fluff piece, more or less, with a couple people talking about moving out of big cities. That's all I'm after. I generally don't believe too many people watch videos. They just look at the headlines and they're just looking at the information. And again, I'm looking just to get somebody to trigger, tell me who they are, raise their hand. And I'm going to show you all the methods for that once I have my content. Content is permission marketing. I have created something, I put it out there. They have a choice to watch it. They have a choice to contact me. I am not directly contacting them. I am not buying ads. I am not showing up in their feeds. I am not forcing my message upon them. When you force your message upon them, you have less viewer time. You have less psycho. I'll give you a really good example of one that kind of makes me crazy lately. There is a video on YouTube that has popped up, video ad that's popped up on my YouTube a couple of times about investors who buy properties. And at the beginning of this video that he shot himself and then paid YouTube to put up when somebody brings up the word real estate or does a real estate search, right? He paid for this. It says, do homeowners get ripped off? He says this. Do homeowners get ripped off by investors? And literally looks in the camera and says, sometimes. Why would you start yourself so far down in a ditch like that and then have to work back to credibility to get someone to click? What I believe he's getting to click on him is probably real estate agents, maybe some people interested in selling their home for cash, which is what his goal was. What my concern is I think he thinks he's addressing the problem. And that's not a bad thing, right? You're addressing a problem. I think that generic videos and generic pitches, especially if you're going to go all the way to the trouble of, paying YouTube to, to run an ad for you. I don't think you want to come right out of the gate with something so incredibly strong. I think I would have just came with the, I want to buy your house cash with the highest and best offer, and here's how I do it approach. I guess it's not as dramatic as telling people that they are getting ripped off by other investors, but you're building your credibility by tearing down the credibility of other people in your market. It's like me saying, I know there are a lot of bad real estate agents out there. Are they bad? Sure, but I'm not. Who knows you? Am I going to get 25 minutes of testimonials behind it to back it up? And to be perfectly honest, testimonials can be bought on Fiverr. I mean, that's just the truth. I believe people are skeptical. I think it is better in the long run to use a nice, and I'll call this what it is, a fluff piece to put out there and to get people to engage with it. So this is from the Today Show. What you do is just simply right click on, go to the YouTube main page, type in relocate out of big cities, right? Then I'm going to copy the address link, just like you see on the screen. Then I'm going to go over to Y2Mate. I'm a fan of Y2Mate. This is the simplest downloader I found for doing video downloads off of YouTube. Then you want to paste it in, just like that. Oops. Let me go back and try that all again. On paper, it all looks good, doesn't it? I'm going to copy the link. Go over to Y2Mate. Keep it simple. I'm going to paste in my video. There it is. And I'm going to download it now in high definition 1080. I now have an actual tangible copy. It's not a web copy. It is now downloaded and in my downloads folder. Now, I'm telling you, you can use really high-end fancy dancy software. Cool. So I don't. I use a Microsoft product that is called HD Movie Maker. I've talked about it before. All right. Really simple to use. And I'll take you through the process. So the first thing I want to do is add the video clip to the screen. From there, I want to do a text overlay and add text at the top of the screen. I'm going to use this for my client, Laura. She's in San Diego. So now she's on the top overlaid over the video, just like that. And from there, I can overlay the logos if I want, put it at the bottom or put it at the top. Generally speaking, these are YouTube videos and they're older. They prefer to have all their links and information at the bottom. I've never had a problem with resharing this content. I've never received any kind of notification from any source whatsoever in the decade or so of using news clips for this purpose. Once I have that in place, I click the OK button. The next thing you'll see is the actual clip is 2 minutes and 33 seconds long over here in the corner. Your videos need to be for YouTube and Facebook over 3 minutes. So I'm going to add what we call an end credit. It's just a simple feature, right? Add more tools. And what I'm doing is adding an end credit to the thing. That's it. I'm not doing anything crazy or overtly technical. I'm going to put her information and run that for 30 seconds behind the video. And now I have a 3 minute and 3 second video that advertises Laura over the top of the Today Show. I'm going to save my video. And now I have my video in place. The next thing I want to do is go to my business page on Facebook. All right. Click on photo or video. And then go into my video folder. There's my Laura video. It'll probably take longer to upload than I have time to do in this video, but I'll go through the basics of how I set this up and the other things that I want to do to make sure that I have good content, right? So I'm going to continue to use the same message, right? So keep our messages congruent. What are our messages that are congruent, right? Well, it is exactly the same that it is here. Copy this. It's exactly the same. So what's the title? Thinking of relocating, call Laura. What am I going to put at the top? Thinking of relocating, call Laura. But what I want to do here instead is make this an @ symbol in front of her name so that it's connected directly to her. Simple. I also want to add her company information as well so that they can find out more, which is assistance with real estate, which is the name of her company, or visit. I believe it's assistance with real estate, but we'll check. All right, here, do it here. www.assistance. Oops. Assistance. What am I doing? Real estate. There's her page. Where's her page? Where's her page? There she is on the front page. And so everything's in place. And I'm going to go to our main page. And it's home by Laura. I keep doing that to myself. Go figure. I don't edit my videos or my audio. You can see it when I make a mistake. I can't remember everything. So here's your website, right? So what I want to do is copy it. And I'm going to add that as a link on here as well. There. Now it's all done. That's good. Add the message button to it so somebody can contact me. Add the location, and you want to add your business as the location you're at. And then keywords are important on Facebook, but you want to use keywords that are already in the system. This is, to me, is kind of interesting that people just write in any keyword or hashtags. Hashtags are a real thing, and they are a real thing only in really Instagram line. I mean, they have them on Facebook, and you'll see what kind of impact they have, and they'll tell you the number of times a post has been put up. It's not the same as on Instagram. I do use them when I'm putting up an initial post, but what I think is more important are a couple of things you can do. First of all, I want to get the highest and best view rate out of this. And you need to create a thumbnail for that. Don't let Facebook or YouTube just pick a random, thumbnail. Unless you see one that's good. This one is particularly good, right? But don't take that chance. So I'm doing a piece on relocation, so I want a generic picture of two people moving. These are all stock footages of people moving that people have used repeatedly. Just right-click it and save image as. Then I want you to go over to Image Flip. It's imgflip.com, right? We're going to upload a new template, right, from my device. We're going to use the same download that I just had a minute ago of the movers, and then upload. And then I'm going to add, I could add that, or are you relocating? I might keep that as part of it. I'll try to get a little bit more in on maybe a thumbnail, because thumbnails do get seen. Laura. And get help. There you go. And I can adjust this. I don't use fancy dance. Again, I don't use fancy dancy software. I have it. I have all the softwares. This is really simple. This generates a meme. It's a meme maker. But what it is a great way for me to put text over the top of a photo. Click Save Image As. And now I have a meme. Or in this case, what I really have is a thumbnail I can work with. So I do like this thumbnail a lot. The 66% of workers would consider moving. I have a choice to add an image, right? and then I can upload that as my choice. And now I have a pre-done lead. However, in this case, I do like this particular meme. The other big move, if you are able to sit online throughout the day when you first post, you can add a poll to your video. And I think this is a very powerful tool to look for people in real time. But you've got to be eyes on the product to do it throughout the day. Depending on my mood and if I'm going to sit online for my clients, I will create a poll and I'll show you exactly what I will do. First, you need your question. Are you thinking of relocating because of COVID? Here's a good place to use your hashtag, COVID, and it's COVID-19, by the way. If you're looking for the Instagram or either one, it's COVID-19. First one is yes, no, start at the beginning, and I want it to go through the whole video, or at least first minute 30 of the video, which is fine. Do not post results. I could care less. What I'm looking for is a trigger switch. They're going to take the action of telling me yes or no. If they tell me yes or no, if they tell me yes or no, I have an answer for both. So I'm going to save this and add this. Okay. Then I'm going to click done. Now this is uploading. It's almost done. It's actually uploading very fast, which is making me very happy. And I can show you what we can do with it if this gets done in an appropriate amount of time. So let's check everything before we hit next and send this on its merry way. We've got a name for the video, right? We've got Laura's name in the title because that's the way it appears. And we've got Laura's phone number and we've got the location city. I think that's really important. If you want my opinion, I think it is important to add your city in case you wind up, in a group or on a stream or in front of somebody that isn't in the San Diego area that's thinking about relocating. Always in the body, what the video is about, contact information, links to your personal profile, links to your business page, as much of everything as you can get. A good thumbnail that will be compelling for people to see, a poll if you believe you'll be online, click next. It is over 3 minutes. It's going to give you a checklist, 3 minutes, video description, tags HD. They talk about playlists or series. That's their thing. I think they want to be more like YouTube. I cannot find anything that would allow the artificial intelligence algorithm to increase the number of people who see it or view it. So it doesn't really strike me as all that important. And I have studied all the algorithms for Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. So the most important thing are the ones that I've outlined. And then hit publish. In a couple of minutes, this will become available for me to start sharing it. Remember, and this is the one that makes me the craziest of all the crazy. People create business pages. They only have a few hundred people liking the business page, or crazier still, they'll post content on their personal business page and then share it on their Facebook personal profile, right? Okay, let's talk about both of these for a second. It will always just be a percentage. So if you have 200 people following you, you will be lucky to get 10 to 20 people who actually get to see your post. If you share it with your Facebook family of friends, all 5,000, I have 5,000 people as friends and followers on both of my Facebook profiles, okay? All 5,000 of them are not going to see a video that I post, or even this video, right? It's only going to be a percentage. And there are ways to increase your percentage. And the ways of increasing your percentages are organically having people engage it, click it, like it, share it, stop and look at it organically. I believe Facebook will hurt you if you try to boost it or use it for advertising. They may not hurt it in regards to the advertising of it, but they will 100%, and I've seen the numbers, no matter what they say. They will hurt you on distribution of your future messages. What does that mean? So if I buy a Facebook ad, and some people don't believe that this is an ad, but when you click the boost button for 5 or 10 or 15 or $20 for a great post, right? Will it be exposed to a lot of people based on a very specific set of criteria? Yes, it will. However, the next time you post something, what you post will go to even less people than the people who saw stuff before you started buying ads. And there's a simple reason for it. Some of you will say it's because Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and Google are scum. And I would say you're correct. However, what I would also say is it's because they own the platform. And once you've demonstrated that you're willing to buy advertisement from one of those platforms, why would they let you have what they call organic traffic to anything you post? I have at my disposal for my clients the ability to purchase ads. I choose not to because I can target with the methods that I'm showing you and be equally as successful. All right, so her video should be posted by right about now, right? So the only thing left to do with this particular piece, right, is to share this specifically in San Diego, geo-target. I don't want to get into all the secret sauce of how I select my groups or how many people I put it in front of. But my goal is to reach as many people and get as many engagements as possible. That's kind of a simple thing. I'm going to copy this whole little clip, right? Again, I'm not rewriting. I'm not really putting a great level of high-end thought. I'm going to copy the same thing I posted before. Okay. I'm going to switch out to my personal profile. You should do this for yourself. You should, under your own personal profile or name, if it'll ever come up. Come on. There we go. Now I'm interacting with the post as Lee Honish, right? I'm going to share this post. I'm uploading a lot of video. We'll hope for the best. Lately, Facebook has been a little heavy on Google. I don't know why. Hopefully it'll come up before the end of the episode. I'm going to click the share button. It's just spinning and spinning. Don't know what's going on. Let me try reloading the page one time. I think it's a flaw. But what do I know? It's really not reloading that fast, which means it could be an internet issue. And I'm hardwired, so go figure. Happens. Share. Yeah, it's all running very slow. Why is it being so slow? Well, whatever the case. What I want to do now is organically click the share button, which isn't loading, and then put it into San Diego specific groups. I've done this a million times on other videos. Go check it out on both of the pages. Right, there we go. That was slow. That's not me or the internet, strangely. That's them. Share. See if it'll come up. I would like to do one for you to show you how I do it. So what I want to do is click on the share button. I've joined San Diego specific groups where I've had more success in finding people that are looking to sell. Okay. And I'm going to share this exact video in those groups. Facebook will allow me to do it. And again, I've done videos on this. You can go to my website. You can go to YouTube. You can check it out on my Facebook page. I've done lots of videos on this particular formula of sharing it with 10 to 15 properties, different groups on Facebook that will give me the highest exposure for my message. It's not going to come up. I think this is a flaw with Facebook, personally, because the internet seems to be working just fine. For whatever reason, this isn't loading. And that's it. Then I'm going to sit back and run Facebook in the background all day. Why is that? Well, the video itself, when it comes up, right, should indeed, so ponderously weird today on Facebook. I don't know what's causing all this. Facebook's being odd. There's the video. Okay, and that's the way it looks. It's the way it will look in the video feed. And what my goal is to have people see it and interact with it. Can't make it any simpler than that. Laura's information's at the
Employees
top.
to work from home for good
There'll be a
and
little
social
pop-up
distancing
at
the new
beginning of
norm.
the video. Let's see if it comes up.
Big cities may be losing some of their luster thanks to the coronavirus pandemic.
Or because it's mine and I've already seen it. I'll have a pop-up
With
that
so
will
many
ask a
companies
poll
like
question.
Google, Facebook,
Goes right
Dell,
across the
and
front of the
Walmart
screen.
allowing
Let me see if I
employees to
can
work
open
from home
this
for good and social distancing the new norm, many city residents are eyeing
incognito.
greener pastures. Sales manager Jared Schwartz
Incognito
and his
just
wife
means
Kim
that it's
have
not
been
being
working,
tracked for
living, and
cookies.
educating their
Pretty
8-year-old son
much
Tyler
the most
in a
organic
small
way to check
Manhattan
the
apartment
reality
during
of a real
stay-at-home orders
website.
about 3 months now, prompting them to ask why pay so
There it
much
is.
for so little.
We
So
don't
if I
necessarily
click
want to
play,
escape
will I
New York
get
City, but yes,
a
moving
poll that
on
pops
and
up at the
looking to
beginning?
get somewhere where we can carry on with a more normal lifestyle.
Where's my poll?
The Schwartzes are not alone. Moves out of New York City to Connecticut, for example, have more than doubled since
Why is
April.
it not giving me
And
the
a new
poll
national
question?
survey by Zillow found
Not seeing it.
2/3 of people would
I have to
consider
go back and
moving
adjust
if
it.
their
It's
jobs
showing
let
it
them
on
telework
here.
from home as often as they liked.
It should be after
The
the first
Schwartzes
90
have
seconds.
that
And that's why you want to
flexibility,
review
so
it.
they're packing
But
up and
even if you
moving to
don't have a
suburban
Facebook
Nashville,
account, look
buying their
closely.
new house
It's
without ever
allowing you
having
to
seen
see
it in
this. It's
person.
also
If
allowing
you've
you
seen
to
it
share
through
it
FaceTime and you
to
you
a
have a
website
trustworthy
if I log
realtor,
in or I
but
want to continue with
it's
the video. But
it's a gamble in more ways than one.
you don't have to have a
right?
face.
It
Somebody
is
told me you have to have a
absolutely
Facebook
the most
account
stressful
to
part of
look
all
at
of this.
a
Having
business
not
page or a
actually
profile.
seen
That's
it
not
in
true.
person.
The
So
page is
you
set
get a
up
lot
as
of
public
inspections
unless
and,
the person
you
is
know, hope
blocked.
it's in working
All of my
order.
profiles
It's
are
a
set
good
up
time
public,
to move
and
with
all my
mortgage
business
rates hitting
pages
an
are set up
all-time
public.
low, making buying more
And
affordable.
anyone can
The
click on
bottom
a link
line
and go
is
look at
about
it,
the cost
unless
of living.
I have
The
specifically
median home price
blocked
in the
them.
New York and New Jersey area
Otherwise,
is
all of my stuff
$424,000.
is available.
Around Nashville,
Just that simple.
$275,000.
I use it as a
And
video
realtor Mabel
platform
Guzman says when you're
because
living
it
and
is
working
more
in your
effective.
house, extra space
There you go.
matters even more.
That's it.
home
That's
has
how you do
really
it.
taken on a
If
whole
you would like to
new
find out how to
meaning.
do
When we
this
look at
or have me do
the way
this
people
for
are
you,
using it today,
hey, send me a
it's
text,
become your gym, your office, your school room, your
858-663-25337.
restaurant.
Go to
It's
my
really become a
Facebook
significant
page at
part
Lee
of who
Honish
we
Marketing.
are
Visit
and
my
how we're
website,
living.
And changing where we really feel
www.honish.io.
at
Don't
home.
let money
For
stand in
today,
front of you
Jolene Kent, NBC
or come
News,
between
Los
us.
Angeles.
Send me a text, send me a message. Let me talk to you. Let me help you. Let me generate some leads for you. Let's see what kind of budget you have and what we can do to start putting eyes on you and your product. I'm not going to lie to you or whitewash you. I'm going to tell you the truth, that there are no real listings or real buyers that can be purchased through any online source. What I can do for you is help you collect emails and phone numbers and information about people that are looking to hire and help you build credibility through a podcast or videos or evergreen content. That's it. This is a formula that is used by multiple top producers. It is very successful. It is very well documented. Anybody who is telling you differently is simply lying to you to take money from you. And that'll do it. Check me out, www.honish.io. Go to my Facebook page at Lee Honish Marketing. Send me a text, 858-663-2537. Write the word free help. Probably think it's like a couple of weeks ago, and we'll see how that goes. Or send me an email, lee@honish.io. Keep going. Click like, subscribe, whatever you got to do to get more of these. I'm happy to help you guys out, and I will see you next week.